So quick intro, who are you and what brings you here today?
Yeah, so I'm Altan. I'm a core contributor at Near Protocol. I used to be in the Near Foundation as an engineer. My background is I did AI for a previous life. Worked on a bunch of different things like robotics. Worked on problem called sim-to-real transfer. Essentially, like training a model in a simulation and transfer that into real world without like training anything in the real world. Ended up in Near in 2022 and kind of loved the tech and joined, and we're up to something. We're doing a spin-off soon, so in June, and excited for that, I guess, to contribute more to the Near ecosystem, but also like eigenlayer ecosystem as well.
What does multi-chain mean to you, and why do you think it's important?
Yeah, multi-chain is very interesting in some way, right? You know, all these different virtual machines, different environments that it's an interesting problem to solve, where you have to kind of sync all these chains. Multi-chain is also cool because you have also different apps that can talk to each other, and we've been working on that a lot with from Near's start, right? Like we're a sharded blockchain, meaning there's a couple of different shards that are there's 6 shards actually running on mainnet. Multi-chain for us means like any user should be able to come to any blockchain, should be able to do whatever they want, right? Without any with simplicity, like from an account level to all deep down to even like data availability layer and like settlement. So.
Near in a nutshell.
So Near started as an AI company, built on L1 blockchain. Realized in 2022 that like L1s are a smaller market and wanted to just like be more being able to like contribute to the whole ecosystem. So Near in a nutshell is now like a tech stack that can enable sort of cheap transactions, also like a chain abstraction, but also being able to evolve back to how it started to power like user-owned AI.
How do you see the role of Near in a multi-chain future?
Yeah, so Near is as I said before, it's a sharded blockchain. There's primitives that allows you to kind of talk to different blockchains. In a multi-chain future, like this problem, we've already solved for a couple of blockchains. Now let's take our approach and try to solve it for all the blockchains out there. And we do this with like, I guess, chain abstraction is one thing where a Near account should be able to sign any transaction on any blockchain, like starting from EVM, Bitcoin, and eventually with the integration of like key scheme in Solana, being able to actually like sign a transaction in Solana as well.
What's your call to action to anyone listening or watching this video?
Yeah, call to action is for me, I said it in the panel as well, like basically we've been mentioning about applications for a while, and it always comes back in the cycle of like, hey, we should be excited about applications. I think we should do a switch where we fund a lot of these infrastructure, and we expect a lot of actually incentivization for people to build infrastructure. It's a change that happens where applications matter, and that's where things happen. So I'd love to see that kind of come to reality at some point, and that comes with, I guess, like abstracting everything and allowing people for users and developers to build stuff.
Do you have any famous last words you'd like to share with us?
Going to this multi-chain future, the problems I'm thinking about is like, how do we solve sort of like, in a world where there's blockchain A, blockchain B, if something happens on blockchain A, let's say a fork, how do we solve that before something happens, right? So let's say you do something on blockchain A, and then something happens on blockchain and you lose your money, right? So how do we the last words is like, as an ecosystem, how do we solve those problems that come in?